My name is Alyssa, and this is Listen to Liss. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Today, let's talk auditions, specifically, what's in my audition binder. All right, everybody, I'm super excited to talk about this today. I actually love to talk about my audition binder. I'm pretty proud of it. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. This is my audition binder. On the spine, I have my name, A. Donovan. That way, if it's in a pile, it's easy to see. It's a standard 1-inch D-ring binder. It's black. You can do a fun color if you want. I prefer black. I think it's less distracting. Let's get into it. All right, this is the inside. I have tabs always because you never know when you're going to need some tabs. They live right there. They never leave. These are the audition binder tabs. Up in this corner, I have my name and phone number. It's not a requirement. I just do it that way if I ever were to lose it, somebody would return it to me, hopefully. I have a pencil because you never know when you're going to need a pencil. And then here is the table of contents. Okay, I love the table of contents. As you can see, I have color-coded tabs that match up with the sections in my book. So everything is super easy to find. We'll go down the table of contents first. In my book, I have different genres of music, okay? And I have at least one song in every section. If you go in for an audition and they want to hear something else from you, then you have a wide variety of options to choose from. That way you have something for any circumstance. You're prepared for anything. Contemporary, Disney adjacent, Sondheim, Golden Age, pop, specialty, and post-Golden Age. I have these 6 genres, and I have at least 1 or 2 selections in each. So for my contemporary, I have I Couldn't Know Someone Less, and then you'll see that over here I have it marked cut and full. That way, if they want to hear a cut, I have that right there, but I also have the full sheet music. It's important that you have a full copy of any sheet music that you have. If you have a cut, a Franken cut or any cut of music, you should also have a full copy of it, just in case. I have I Couldn't Know Someone Less, full and cut. There's a fine line cut / full. I have it done that way because it's the same piece of music. I Couldn't Know Someone Less is a Franken cut, meaning that it's a score that I've altered. So we'll take a look. I also have Right Hand Man from Something Rotten, cut and full. If I open up, see, we get to use the tabs. If I want to go to Right Hand Man cut, I can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Pink tab number 4. Boom. As you can see, this is not what the sheet music typically looks like. This is what makes it a Franken cut, meaning that we've gone in and actually doctored the sheet music to create this cut. And by we, I mean Prof. Ryan and I, mainly Prof. Ryan. You can see here we've taken out the things that we didn't want rather than creating these big giant X's across the page, which can get confusing and hard to follow. We've just taken them and completely removed them so that you know exactly what's being played because it's the only thing on the page. That's what I mean by a Franken cut. Going back, in my Disney adjacent section, I have Live Out Loud from A Little Princess. I have that in the cut and full. For Sondheim, I have I Know Things Now from Into the Woods. I have this full / cut, same situation. It's the same piece of music. I didn't alter anything in the actual sheet music. For my Golden Age, I have I Could Have Danced All Night from My Fair Lady, something that sits in a higher register for me. It's more of that lofted kind of sound. And then the alternate side of that for Golden Age, I have I'm Not At All in Love from The Pajama Game. This is more of my call-y, belty kind of song that fits into that like alto character in a Golden Age piece. For my pop specialty, I have The More Boys I Meet by Carrie Underwood. It's a country song. I love country music, so I had to have a country piece in here. This really shows off my personality. It's like it's a funny acting piece, but it's also shows off my country twanging. Then for my post Golden Age, I have The Boy Next Door from Meet Me in St. Louis, and I have Always True to You in My Fashion from Kiss Me Kate. These songs are songs that I could perform right now if you ask me to. I'm ready to sing them at any time, any place. That's the idea. Your book should be songs that you could perform at the drop of a hat that fit you well. You want to showcase both your abilities, the kinds of characters you can play, the kinds of characters you'd like to play. All of that should be encompassed in your book. this is your introduction to who you are. This is the first thing that they get to see from you in a musical audition. It's like, you know, this is who I am. They should represent you well. You should keep practicing these all the time, especially the one that you think they're not going to pick, because the one you think nobody will pick, that's the one they're going to pick. Okay, so know all your music. Don't put something in your binder if you don't know it 100%. Let's take a tour, shall we? Turning the page. I have the music from the last audition I went to. So the last audition I went to was for Jesus Christ Superstar. And the song I auditioned with was Learn Your Lessons Well from Godspell. I picked this song because I love to sing it. That's a big thing. When you're auditioning with music, remember that casting is looking for a driver, not a car. They don't care much about the song that you sing as long as you sing it well and you enjoy singing it. That's the biggest thing. They want to see what you can do. They don't want you to pick the perfect song for their musical, because it's not about that. It's about you. I picked it because it does fit the style of the show well. Learn Your Lessons Well is a strong rock piece, and I've also performed it before, so I'm confident singing it. I did have to, rework it before the audition, but it's something that I know and that I like to sing, and it shows me off well. So I picked this. Something that's important here is my cut doesn't start till way later in the piece, but I don't want to be flipping through all those pages when I meet the pianist, because I'm going to be all like, excuse me, because I get shaky when I get nervous. So I don't want to go up there and be like, oh, let me find my page. You don't want to give yourself more to think about when you're on the audition room. I have everything paper clipped together, so when I open the book, I can say, this is Learn Your Lessons Well from Godspell. We can turn all those pages in one go, and here we are. This is the cut. Where the cut starts, I have a green flag, because green means go. I've also written in the words start here and crossed out the 2 measures before. That way it is so clear that we're on the same page, because that's the biggest thing. You're performing with a pianist that you've just met moments ago. So you want to be as clear as possible so that you're working together so that you can ensure success. You want to ensure success in your audition. We start here and then we play through to here. So you can immediately see when I turn the page, your eye is drawn to this big pink flag, because I don't have red flags. Pink means stop. I've also written end here. Thank you for the little smile. I always do that because I think it's sweet. For this audition, we had 2 audition cuts. The second cut, 32 bars of your favorite musical theater song. I picked Come Out of the Dumpster. So for the second one, you'll notice that when you turn the page, we don't see the title. I think that makes for a more efficient page turn. I'm going to tell you what the title is. If they want to see it, it's in there, okay? But this makes it quicker. That way, if you are playing an audition where you have to go immediately from one song to the next, this just saves time, so there's not a double page turn, because a double page turn is just rude. And again, we have a green flag because green means go. And then I've written bell tone D, which means that when we start the piece, the pianist is going to go bum, and that's going to be what I go off of instead of playing a few measures of an intro, which you'll see I have in the beginning of Learn Your Lessons Well. The piano comes in here. I don't actually start singing until here. So I've given myself a 2-bar intro, 2-measure intro before I start singing. Whereas over here, I did not do that. I got a bell tone, so you're back in the dumpster. And the piano will come in here on dumpster. And then we'll work together for the rest of the song. At the end of this one, I've also written thank you with a little smiley face. I do it in all my songs. See, and then next page, I can know someone left. This is another Frankencut I have. And so you'll notice that I've got lots and lots of pages here. So imagine that you come up to the piano and you have to flip through all these pages to get to your cut, and your cut is on the last page. We don't need to do all that. Paperclip from the beginning. Remember that. This is a Frankencut. Here we have bell tone E3. This one was typed up. So I did this on, I did this on 4Score. You got to get the app 4Score if you're an iPad girly. I love 4Score. It's like $15. It's a one-time thing. You'll use it forever. You can use it for literally everything. It has a piano in it. It has a piano in it, okay? Not sponsored. Love 4Score. Anyway, this is I Couldn't Know Someone Less. Cut. Lovely. And then I have the next tab, the full copy. Because it's important to have both, because you never know what they're going to want to hear from you. Maybe they want you to perform the whole song. How lucky you have it. You wouldn't want to be like, oh, I don't actually have that sheet music. And they're like, oh, Well, okay, then have a good day. That would just be so sad. You should have it. There's a fine, fine line. This one, the cut is in the full copy because I didn't alter the music. It's not a Franken cut. See, so we start here, we play through, and we end here. This is so nice because it's one page. This is the best. Anything you can do to make your cut one page, that's the best, to make it as efficient as possible. So that's another thing. Right-hand man cut is efficient because it only has what you need. Now this is extreme. You don't have to do this for every cut you do, but if you're trying to piece together a song, it's easier to just remove it. And now if it's like 2 measures, you maybe don't need to do all that. But okay, so this is a great example talking about making your cuts as efficient as possible. You'll notice that this is all blank, and this is starting on the back of this page. Like we've done an extra bit of work here to print this not front and back. The reason we do this is because a lot of times pianists who are working at auditions know a lot of the sheet music that they're playing, or they're practicing this sheet music in musical theater books, like big catalogs of musical theater books. They've probably played this song before, and when they play it in a book, they've practiced it a certain way. So you're trying to line up the page numbers so that they're on the outside. If a song has page numbers, they should be on the outside. They should be oriented the correct way, because otherwise you're going to hand the sheet music to somebody who's been playing it and probably thinks, oh good, I know this, and then you've flipped everything, and so their muscle memory of flipping pages is going to be off, and it's just going to make it a little bit more difficult for them to play. So thinking about always putting these on the outside, and sometimes that means that you have to go in and print just the first page, not front and back, and then print the rest of the music as normal, front and back, so that you get the page numbers on the outside. Now, songs that don't have page numbers on the outside, because not every piece of sheet music is going to, for that, you want to make sure that your cut is as convenient as possible. Like that 2-page cut, it's really easy to read if it's 1, 2, but if it happens to fall in your sheet music that it's 1, 2, it's easier just to flip the sheet music. That way it's not a quick, you don't need the page turn. Eliminate as many page turns as possible. That's some advice I have for you. Oh, I could have danced all night. I love that one. This is another one. Page numbers on the outside. Check it out. See, you're just doing it to make it a little bit more, you're just trying to be helpful, you know? This pianist is so kindly playing your audition for you and hundreds of auditions that day. The least you can do is help them out, you know? Be nice. And I've also marked full underneath the title just to help me as I was organizing them, and also so that when you open it up, you know. If you open up this and don't know that it's the cut, you're just going to start playing, and then all of a sudden, oh, see? All of a sudden you wouldn't have half the song. So I've written them there so that you can tell the difference before you start. I actually have an example of a poor page turn, okay? Which means I should fix this before my next audition, because you'll see that I have title page here, and then start of the cut, end of the cut. That doesn't make much sense. What I would do instead of this is I would make this title page start here. So I need to make these pages front and back. So I would need to go title page, page 2, page 3. And that's what would make this more efficient. What I've done right now is I've printed the title page solo instead of printing it front and back, which I think I did that because there's page numbers down here. So I guess I went with the page numbers over the flow of the cut. So I guess sometimes you have to make a decision, and that's the decision I made. But this is an example of a poor cut. I maybe would change this. What are your thoughts? Change it or leave it? So you'll notice here I did a little highlight on repeat. If you're going to be using musical markings like this, sometimes it's helpful to give a little, hey, here it is. Here's where we're going. Again, you're just trying to be helpful. Now, you don't need to be obvious. You don't need to write like key of E flat. Like, they know that, okay? You don't need to be Captain Obvious here. You'll notice here this one is untabbed because it's a rogue, okay? It's something that I've been taking to a lot of auditions, but hasn't made it into the book yet because I'm doing a book revamp currently. What I'm doing is I'm pulling things out that maybe don't suit me anymore, that I just need a break from. Quite frankly, I've had the same audition binder since my junior year of college. It's going strong, but I'm ready for some shuffling around as my voice has expanded a little bit and I've gained some skills I want to show off now. So I'm trying to build a new book. Along with my book, I have a folder of headshots. Ta-da! And this is my resume. Ooh, I'm very proud of my resumes. Headshots and resumes stapled together. I'll go more in detail about this later, but they should be even and they should be stapled together. And your name should be on both sides. Okay, that's all I'll say for another time. This is my library, my music library, my physical music library. I also have a digital music library. This is a beast. Okay, let's open it up. The first thing that's in here, unfortunately, is just a stack of Rogue sheet music and class notes that need to be gone through. But the reason that they're here is because they are duplicates of music that I already have in my library. And so they need a home, but they don't have one yet. Then I have this folder where I have monologues, okay? I have printed monologues that I like to do, or I have written monologues, okay? I have a list of rep ideas from class that I save. Good to keep your notes from class. And then I have just some more copies of sheet music. Again, duplicates, old resumes, things that are already in my book. This is my music library. The first section is marked music. Before I got an iPad, I would take my sheet music into voice lessons. You can see this is music that I have marked in. You do not want to bring marked music to an audition, okay? Because the pianist doesn't need to be trying to read through your scribble scrabble and play at the same time. Again, we're going for clarity. So your marked music is great. It's beautiful. Keep it for the practice room, okay? It is not for your auditions. See, so all this I've written on. It's good to keep because then when I revisit this song, I'll have the notes from when I sang it, but this doesn't come with me to auditions. The next section is clean music. A lot of it will be copies of the same music, just with, Alyssa Dunham, jury, just with no markings on it. My binder is alphabetical because that's what makes sense to me. Make your binder make sense to you. For me, it's easiest to divide it up into these sections and then alphabetize it. And if I was going crazy, I might go in and tab every piece of music. I don't think I'm going to do that because it changes so much. The next section is cuts. So any music that I have that's already cut or is like a Franken cut goes in here. This is another good example of a cut. If your cut is 3 pages and you don't want to do this page turn kind of thing, you can do this, which is create this nifty fold out, because then look, no page turn. Okay, page 1, page 2. And then what I've done here is I've printed out page 3, no hole punch in page 3, and taped it on the back. You can see there's tape right here, and then just fold this in so that when it lays flat. This is the world according to Chris from Carrie. Start here. How neat is that? So yeah, if you have a 3-page audition cut that you don't want a page turn in, boom. That's how you do that. And that's it. So what I do is any music that's not currently in my audition binder goes in the library. That way it's all contained, it's all there, and I know where it is. And then I can pull from here, and if there's any old songs from here that I want to rework into my binder now, that I want to revisit, I have all that sheet music in one place. So that's my music library. Get a folder for your headshots, keep it all together, and build a beautiful binder. Remember, your audition binder is your first impression, so make it represent you and have fun with it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.